Hey, Laker fans, it's already been a crazy offseason as the Lakers have added 3 new players, kind of 4 if you include the undrafted free agent they signed. But we've got all the updates coming at you on a regular basis, so we want to make sure you've subscribed to the Lakers Report. I appreciate you guys helping the channel grow as much as it has already. We want that to continue. Now, I haven't slept a lot in the last few days, but the more subscribers I get, the less I have to sleep. So that's just fine. Go ahead and subscribe today, youtube.com/LakersTV, where we'll bring you all the latest and greatest Laker updates. But the latest and not so greatest update is that Avery Bradley is leaving the Los Angeles Lakers to head to the Miami Heat. That's right, the team they played against in the NBA Finals. The guy that left the bubble, decided not to play in the NBA Finals, is going to the team that the Lakers went up against. He's signing a 2-year deal worth $11.6 million. Jimmy Butler was reportedly heavily recruiting him to the Miami Heat. And here's the thing with Avery Bradley. He started all year for this Laker team and was a valuable contributor on the defensive end, a solid three-point shooter from the corner and sometimes the top of the key as well. Remember, he had a $5 million deal with the Lakers. He opted out, and now he's getting about the same amount of money for the 2 years, so a little bit more guaranteed money with the Miami Heat. What are your thoughts on this? What's your one-word reaction to Avery Bradley signing with Miami? Now, if it was any other team, I don't think it'd be that big of a deal. But going to the team that just beat you in the finals and you decided not to play in the NBA Finals, I'm kind of looking at him a little funny in this one. And he's probably going to get a ring from the Lakers, too, when they go and play Miami next year. So I'm interested. I feel a little, if I'm a Lakers fan, I'm feeling a little backstabbed, in all honesty. But go ahead and give me your one-word reaction to Bradley signing with Miami in the comments section. Now, the Lakers have already made quite a few moves, but it looks like they're still interested in one more guy, and that's Bogdan Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic, listen, he was originally going to the Milwaukee Bucks in a sign and trade. That completely fell apart. And now Kevin O'Connor is saying the Lakers are looking to sign and trade for Bogdanovic. They were interested in him during the trade deadline. Remember, they were going to trade Kuzma for him, and then deals just fell apart. But now Kevin O'Connor is saying it's possible they could revamp those trade talks, and one of Kyle Kuzma or Kentavious Cladwell-Pope would be headed to the Sacramento Kings. Now, I think Kyle Kuzma, for Sacramento at least, is a little bit more of a fair swap because he's a younger guy you can build around. KCP, he doesn't really have that much of a ceiling at this point. You know what you're going to get with KCP, and I don't think Sacramento is going to say, yeah, sure, we'll trade you one of our young and up-and-coming guys for Kentavious Cladwell-Pope. But that being said, if Bogdanovic is like, I want to go to the Lakers, I'm not coming back no matter what, the Kings really don't have anything to do besides just trade him for what they can get. You look at the last 3 years, he was obviously a rookie in 2017, 2018. He has steadily improved his scoring. He went from 12 points per game to 14 points per game, now to 15 points per game, and shooting a solid three-point percentage in all 3 years. He's also a really good playmaker. That's the thing about Bogdanovic. You're getting a guy that can handle the ball and that can pass the ball and kind of takes the load off of LeBron James's shoulders in the offense. So what would you be willing to give up for Bogdan Bogdanovic? Let's say you are playing the Rob Pelinka role. You get to make the calls. What are you giving up for Bogey? I think I would honestly, I'd give up Kyle Kuzma in a heartbeat for Bogdanovic. I think he's way better for this team than Kyle Kuzma is, especially now that they have Montrezl Harrell. And then you look at, you look at guys like KCP. I'd give him up too. Maybe Caruso, but then you lose a little bit of defense. So definitely Kuzma, definitely KCP. But let me know what else you might give up for Bogdan Bogdanovic in the comments section. Let's take a look at the last 3 Lakers that have been added to this team, the newest Lakers, I should say. Dennis Schroeder, in his time with the Oklahoma City Thunder last year, puts up 19 points per game, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. Now he's a member of the Lakers. Wesley Matthews, they get him on a 1-year deal for $3 million, and he's a guy that shoots the ball pretty well from 3 and can play defense on in 3 different positions, point guards, shooting guards, and small forwards. And then the biggest surprise of the offseason, not just for the Lakers, for the NBA as a whole, was Montrezl Harrell going from the Clippers to the Lakers, as we broke it down here on the Lakers Report. A 19-point-per-game scorer, the 6th man of the year, and 7 rebounds, all headed to Los Angeles. So what was your favorite signing so far? And I guess I should say, what was your favorite pickup, as Dennis Schroeder was more of a trade. If it's Dennis Schroeder type DS, if it was Wesley Matthews, which I don't think that should be everyone's favorite, type WM. If it was Montrezl Harrell, type MH. I would be typing my MH if I were y'all, because at this point, You get the Sixth Man of the Year. Dennis Schroeder was the runner-up in Sixth Man of the Year. And then you get a brand new starter in Wesley Matthews. I think all three of these guys will be starting for the Los Angeles Lakers. But what was your favorite one of these three? Let me know in the comment section. And now maybe it's time to go out and get a Montrezl Harrell jersey, a Dennis Schroeder jersey, or if you're feeling wild, get yourself a Wesley Matthews jersey at chatsports.com/ you guessed it, Lakers jerseys for 25% off. And the best thing about these Laker jerseys is that they have jersey insurance. So let's say you go out and you get a Montrezl Harrell jersey, or you get a Wesley Matthews jersey, or you get a Dennis Schroeder jersey, and then they switch teams later. They get traded later on, or maybe they leave in free agency. Fanatics has got you covered for jersey insurance. That means if one of them leaves, you can get that jersey replaced when you use that custom link at chatsports.com/ Lakers jerseys. Again, it's 25% off. Christmas right around the corner. You got to get a gift, not just for yourself, but for someone you love, the Laker lover in your life. Go get it at chatsports.com/ Lakers jerseys. Now, maybe you bought a Dwight Howard jersey and you need to get that replaced because he's going to the Philadelphia 76ers. I wanted to bring this up just to kind of recap exactly why the Lakers went out and got Montrezl Harrell, because Dwight originally was saying that he was going to stay put. And then all of a sudden, Joel Embiid puts on the recruiting hat and brings him to Philadelphia to be his primary backup on what I assume is a minimum deal. I was shocked by this move, and I think a lot of y'all were as well as you watched our video here on the Lakers Report late on Friday night when Dwight left. But now they get a new starting five. Dennis Schroeder comes in. He starts right away. Maybe he's sixth man, but I think he's starting right off the bat. Wesley Matthews is your starting two guard. You still have the main two in LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and I think Montrezl Harrell gets a boost from that six-man role up into the starting five because, in all honesty, he's an upgrade over both Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. But I want to talk about what this has to do with JaVale, right? He was assumed to be the next starter as he opted into his player option for about $4 million, I think is what it was. But I think the addition of Montrezl Harrell and the addition of Dennis Schroeder with the money that he has could signal the end of JaVale McGee in Los Angeles. I think he could be a trade candidate this offseason. Potentially you package him and Kuzma and you go out and get another playmaker that can come off the bench, or maybe you get another big man that can back up Montrez now that he's a member of the Lakers. But I wouldn't be surprised to see JaVale in another jersey next offseason, or next season, I guess I should say, outside of the Lakers. But the Lakers still have other moves to be made. At the time in which we're recording this, which is about 1:55 p.m. Central Time, Anthony Davis is still a free agent. Rajon Rondo is still a free agent. KCP is still a free agent. And Markieff Morris is also still a free agent. So any of those guys could go somewhere else. So what do you think is the next move for the Lakers? Is it bringing back Rondo? Do they bring back KCP? Do they re-sign Markieff Morris? Or do they look to trade for Bogdan Bogdanovic? Let me know and make your predictions heard in the comment section below.